Hello YouTube, it's the Drunken Kobold here, today with a review of Abomination Vaults Runes of Gauntlight. Released January 2021, it is Pathfinder 2E's fourth adventure path and first dungeon super complex, and takes place over 3 books rather than the standard 6, with the other 2 being Hands of the Devil and Eyes of Empty Death. While this was released in January, our friendly local game store didn't receive copies until late February, and the next book is expected mid-March, while the last one is expected early April, just in time for us to start the next adventure path. This is, in my opinion, probably the best Pathfinder 2E adventure path to date. While it's not on the caliber of Rise of the Runelords or Skulls and Shackles in terms of being memorable, it is a classic dungeon crawl that harkens memories of Tomb of Horrors, Ravenloft Castle, or even Sunlight Citadel, all really great memorable adventures. All the while, it does feel unique with fleshed out locations, great descriptions, and really nice dungeon denizens. The adventure itself doesn't feel linear in that it's part A, part B, part C, part D. It is built like that, but it contains a lot of meaningful encounters where players get to choose their approach rather than forcing them down a narrow path of A leads to B and so on. Plus, the book does contain plenty of side quests to whet your player's appetite for things to do. One thing I do want to note is because this was only included in the subtext of the book rather than a bold-faced warning, is this book does contain content that players may find disturbing, such as references to suicide. If there was ever an adventure to run Session 0 for to know your player's boundaries, this is the one. Taking place in Atari, this book can be run as a standalone adventure, combined with the sequel books to run the adventure path, or combined with Beginner Box and Troubles of Under Atari to create a full-out campaign. It also contains a plethora of items and monsters in its adventure toolbox to borrow from for your own campaign without necessarily having to use any of the plot itself. The plot is also highly adaptable with Bestiary 1 and 2 to create your own dungeon crawl using the full color maps provided in the covers of the book. All in all, I really love this adventure and feel a bar has been set for Pathfinder 2E in terms of quality of adventure paths. And I have to say that I am a fan of this 3-part model rather than the dated and kind of long-standing 6-part format. For those who don't know, I actually prefer single books similar to what D&D 5e does, so the fact that they narrowed this down to 3 does feel better for me. I do know that after the next adventure path, though, we are going back to the 6 format, unfortunately. For the moment, Abomination Vaults is sitting at a solid 8 out of 10 for me, with great locations, plot, and monsters for your Pathfinder 2E campaign. Have you had a chance to play it? Do you agree with my assessment? Let me know in the comments down below. If you feel I deserved it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. In the meantime, cheers and may the rolls be with you.